Taking a walk in the deeper villages of Iganga district, one is easily caught up by these well-built houses with some housing businesses. One would suspect they are for one tycoon, but surprisingly, they belong to the peasant women, mostly single mothers and widows. This is in Dimugezi Village Saving and Loans Association in Iganga district. The association has 30 members, mostly women, who meet on a regular basis as decided by members to make savings contribution to a common pool. The savings range from 5,000 to 25,000 shillings. At each meeting, members can request a loan from the group, which is paid back with interest. This metal box is where these women used to keep their money as their saving bank before accessing banks and opening bank accounts. Tumwesje Joy is a retired primary teacher. She lost her husband in the late 80s. She was left with 6 children, and she narrates that it was hard to raise them. In 2006, she joined the village saving groups, which were introduced by Care International, a non-government body. Empowered with financial literacy for 12 years now, Joy has been into saving and borrowing, which has enabled her build a modern house, paying fees for her children, and generally improve her livelihood.
We have managed to get a lot of things. People have educated their children, have put up houses, have started projects. They are doing a lot of things. I, for one, have managed to. I've been able, through this group, to educate all my 6 children up to university. So I'm really happy.
Several other women are proud of the transformation and their ability to manage their families.
I joined Kenya 2001. I got a loan in Kenya. I started the business. I get after getting a business from Kenya, I brought some drug shops, some medicine.
Nkoze ebintu bingi. Nagula protein, nagula enteeyo, okusoka nagula nte, nagula ploti, nazimbamu, nakyusa enumba. Kale amasanyalaze g'ebyaduuzi aye sola ndinayo.
Henry Mutabazi, the Senior Initiative Manager in charge of Women and Youth Financial Inclusion Program in Care International Organization, disclosed that this financial year, government through the Ministry of Finance, they received 3.4 billion shillings, targeting 75% of women in Karamoja and Eastern regions.
After realizing that this financial inclusion model, VSLA approach, is working for the lowest bottom of the pyramid of the population of Uganda, they are marginalized, the women and youth. We have been advocating with government to make sure that the only way you can reach the lowest population of the pyramid is to use VSLA. Now the government has taken it up, and it has now given care money, which about 4 billion Uganda shillings, to form more groups and take them through these empowerment trainings, which I have talked about, to make sure that we form more groups and the biggest number of the population can be brought into the financial inclusion era.
He, however, warned government on the dangers of giving out cash to the youth and the women as startup capital, arguing that most of the times this money is misused by the beneficiaries. He advised that such communities should first be sensitized on savings.
So you can imagine, and that is not alone. There was Ntandikwa, there was PAP, there are very many interventions, even SACCOs. You remember SACCOs which were supposed to be formed at every sub-county, and they were giving them money to start the SACCOs. All of those initiatives have had their challenges. I wouldn't say that the government is free. If they have money, they can continue. But for me, as a person who have worked with these people. And I have been engaging even government to make sure that handouts are not sustained and shouldn't be given out. And that's why in this model, that's why the government has taken it up. They want also to compare our model with theirs, which they have tried to implement. But how about these ones, which they are not giving anything?
Village savings and loan associations attempt to minimize on the challenges of offering cash to the poor individuals and is encouraging group savings. Banks have now extended their services to the rural communities due to the increased saving groups.
Ladies would chicken out and stay in the kitchen, but nowadays through VSLA, through the experience I've seen and the visiting of the groups, ladies have retail shops, others have, I even got one in Kugonza VSLA Luka, bricklaying. She was doing bricklaying. Most of them have come up, they even front, they are the ones, we realize that in these groups, now men fear. Ladies have come up, they even bring them to the bank.
Most of these groups borrow within the group at 10%. And as the bank, we are giving them at 2.166% per month, which means the group is able to save 7.8144 per month of every savings they make from the money they borrow from what? From the bank. So this is enabling the groups to be able to make money off the money they make from the bank.
Village savings and loans associations play a critical role in bringing financial services closer to the rural areas. Report filed by Juliet Namuaya for Urban TV.